Hello and welcome to this week's CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I am your host today, Nick Quaglia, with Marv, Ezhan, and Mike Molyneaux. Guys, another week. So basically, listen, what happened last night, the Patriots, 3 Super Bowls in a row now. The Patriots beat the Chiefs, went to Arrowhead, got their second win at Arrowhead Stadium in franchise history. But you know what else that did? That gave us 3 more weeks of this show. So Patriots, thank you for getting that win last night. Not only for Patriots Nation, but also for me, Mike, and Marv. All right, guys. So the game was insane. That game had it all last night. Vintage Tom Brady, vintage Gronk. Well, semi-vintage Gronk, over 70 yards. Vintage Julian Edelman. We had one-handed catches. We had drama. I'm not afraid to say it, and I've said it a couple of times now. That might have been the greatest game I have ever watched. That was an amazing football game start to finish. So, guys, real quick, let's touch on how you felt about the game, what you saw, your thoughts about the Patriots beating the Chiefs, Arrowhead Stadium, AFC Championship game. Marv, what do you have to say?
Nick, I think this game against Kansas City pretty much summed up the Patriots season. And I'll say it like this. You mentioned Edelman, you mentioned Brady, you mentioned Gronk, right? Those are 3 guys I think all 3 of us can say we've been on this whole season. Edelman dropping passes, doesn't look too fast. He's looked a little slow. During this game, he dropped a crucial pass that turned into an interception. We saw the muff punt. And it's like, oh my God, what the hell is going on?
The most stressful muff punt in the history of muff punts.
You see in so many angles, oh, he touched it. Wait, no, he didn't. But he kind of might have touched it with his left index. We don't know what happened. But other than that, after that, you saw the Edelman we all love. The Edelman that's fighting third down, tight window, gets the ball, fights for extra yardage. That's the Edelman we know and love. Gronk. What have we been saying all year? He's been slow. He's been lumbering. Looks like he might retire. During Kansas City, what did he look like? He looked pretty slow. Looked like he was lumbering out there when he was running. He had a drop pass as well that looked like it could have been an interception. Thank God D Ford doesn't know where to line up at. So, but then what happens? Brady still throws it to him down the sideline. Gronk looks like old Gronk again. And then Tom Brady. All year, he just hasn't been the same. He hasn't had that MVP season. And he's been making mistakes. In the Miami game, he threw the ball away he threw an interception before the half. We've seen him throw the ball away. In this game against Kansas City, he throws the interception before when they were at the goal line, inches to go. But then in the fourth quarter and overtime, Tom Brady is Tom Brady, the GOAT. He showed us why he's the GOAT. There's third downs over third downs over third downs, converting each time, surgical. And that was the Patriots season all in one against Kansas City. Like you said, one of the best games I've ever seen.
Mike, before we get to you guys, let me tell you that this Patriots Roundtable is powered by our friends, like always, at 1-in-100. CLNS Media and 1in100.co are giving you the greatest chance to win Super Bowl tickets in our latest raffle. Simply go to clnsmedia.com/Super Bowl to enter to win today. First entry is always free. That is 1in100.co, guys. All right, Mike, talk about Tom Brady. What did you see from Tom Brady last night in a vintage game? And you can talk about your thoughts about the game, too.
I mean, Marv touched upon a lot of it. Tom Brady, a throwback game, a vintage Tom Brady game. There was that time in the fourth quarter after the Chiefs got the lead. And I just tweeted out, a couple words. Here we go. Here we go. Because we've seen this over and over again with Tom Brady in similar situations where he essentially has to put the game on his back. Yes, guys have to catch the ball and pick up yards and make plays. Yes, the running backs have to fight for every inch and every yard. But Tom Brady is the one conducting it all, and he had to do it again, and he did exactly that. He put the team on his back and led them to a position to tie the game in the fourth quarter, and then on top of that, bring them back in the fourth quarter, and then on top of that, overtime, march the team down the field to pick up the win. You know, Tom Brady did exactly what many people thought he would do. I know there's a lot of haters out there who feel he's done and he can't do what he's done over the years anymore. He's not the same. That conversation has been going on. We've had it consistently. You know, a lot of the guys in the media have had it consistently, but Tom Brady shut a lot of people up last night, including myself. This team shut a lot of people up last night, including myself. The defense really stood out to me in terms of how they were able to control Kansas City. Yes, you'll see that they put up 31 points and said, okay, they had a decent game. But if you really look at it, it was just in that fourth quarter that Kansas City really turned up. Really, other than that, they came out the first quarter. Patriots controlled all the time of possession. Kansas City didn't score. Second quarter, Patriots controlled the game again. Kansas City went scoreless in the first half. On top of that, I really love the job that they did on Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Yes, at the end of the day, Travis Kelce's stat line will read a couple of receptions and he had a touchdown. I think Tyreek Hill had one reception. But other than that, Patriots did a great job not only in the secondary controlling those top targets for Kansas City, but getting at Mahomes. I think he was sacked 4 times in total of the game, but in total, all around, they were putting solid pressure on him. That's what you need to do with a quarterback. I'm really impressed that whatever game plan that Belichick had combined with the coaching staff, they really executed it in that championship game.
All right, before I get into my little Tom Brady spiel, something that stood out to me in this game was how quickly they established the run. The run game was enormous, and we talked about it leading up to the game. The Kansas City Chiefs are not good against the run, and between Sony Michel, Rex Burkhead, and James White, they had themselves a day. And when you establish the run like that, especially when you have Tom Brady behind center, all you do is make the guys have to worry that the defense, all you're doing is making sure that they have to pay attention to not only the pass game, but the run game too. So that was a huge key. Sony Michel last night, 29 carries, 113 yards, 2 touchdowns. The run game was insane last night. But guys, to Tom Brady, when I saw 2 minutes left on the clock and Tom Brady with the ball losing, I had a feeling it was over. I had a feeling it was over for the Kansas City Chiefs because once you put that ball back in Tom Brady's hand, he looked good all day. I mean, how could you not feel like he was going to take over that game? It was an incredible game. It was vintage Tom Brady. And not only did he do it one time, but he had to do it twice. He took the team down, left 39 seconds left on the clock for Kansas City Chiefs to try to score, which they did. They got a field goal. But then he had to do it in overtime too, and the Patriots got the ball first. What Tom Brady did last night was incredible. It was, to me, one of the best performances I've ever seen out of Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. It might be the most clutch performance I've ever seen out of Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. Guys,
Wow.
real quick, answer that for me. Do you think this is one of the best Tom Brady fourth quarter performances? Marv, what do you think?
I would have to look back at it. I don't want to say just being a prisoner of the moment. You know, I think of the Baltimore Raven game in 2014, that fourth quarter that they had. I think about the Jaguars just last year, the fourth quarter that they had. You think about the Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl in the fourth quarter that Brady had there. So, you know, this one's definitely up there. But to say it's the best right now, I'm going to have to sit on it just to do a little research.
I'm too excited, so I'm going to say it might be.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think?
Top 10. It's definitely top 10. I mean, Marv just mentioned a lot of games there. I'm sure he had somewhere at some point in time against the Seattle Seahawks in that Super Bowl to have to march him down and kind of bring him back. It's definitely top 10. You know, the amount of games Brady's done, and maybe even top 20 because he's had so many times where he's had to do that. But yeah, just looking at it in the moment, a great, great Tom Brady drive as he usually does.
The reason that I'm giving that as one of the top moments, and I'll go top 5 minimum. The reason that I'm giving him that is because he not only had to do it once, he had to do it twice. He had to do it to take the lead in the fourth quarter, a lead that they should not have given back. And then he had to do it in overtime too. That's why I'm saying this is one of the most clutch performances I've ever seen out of Tom Brady. And I'm fine with being a prisoner of the moment because that was one of the best games I've seen in a long, long time.
Well,
all right, guys. Sorry, what were you going to say, Mark?
I was going to say, to your point, Nick, you know, the third down conversion is what does it. He was in third down constantly and always converting, finding Edelman or Gronk in those situations were huge.
It was amazing. His third down performances, there were 3 third and longs on that fourth quarter drive, not the overtime drive, the fourth quarter drive. Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Hogan. It was an amazing performance all around. What a game. Again, one of the best games that I have ever seen, ever watched. It was great start to finish.